and welcome to Thaiger Bites, sponsored by Coffee Culture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we get to address your comments and feedback from all of our platforms on Instagram, Facebook, as well as the Tiger Talk forum on our website. Welcome to the show, Tim Newton.
Thank you very much. I've got a special shirt for you today.
Yeah, I just introduced you like this was your first time.
This is one of Num's mum's shirts.
Hashtag Mama Nums.
She's way too busy to make copies of them, so I'm glad she's busy, but it's bad news for you.
Well, the thing is that not only is she busy, but she's a single lady, as in one single lady making all the shirts.
Oh, okay. I thought she just got divorced. I didn't know that.
Anyways, let's get cracking, shall we?
All right, I got one from Cornelius Verhoff, and he says... No, it's not Cornelius, it's Cornelis. 2,000 cases a day in a city of about 11 million. Laughable. Of course, at the moment, Bangkok is getting the lion's share of new infections of the COVID-19 Omicron variant, and we're all sort of wondering how the government's going to react and if they're going to add more restrictions. They're talking about limiting Valentine's Day activities. So none of that getting together on Valentine's Day nonsense.
Right. I've got some comments from Good Morning Thailand and our previous Tiger Bites. First one from PLM, who says, Jet has the best style, simple with class. Jay is fine too. Tim, between the zany Hawaiian and the all-black shirts, has a lot of work to do. Too much with the tropical shirts, and black is for belts, by the way, socks and dress shoes, and nothing else in a wardrobe. So
Okay.
I don't think he's a fan of your tropical shirts.
What do you think about the shorts then?
What do you think about the shorts, PLM? Because,
There you go.
yeah, shorts are the new pants.
We should, PLM, we should put him on as our wardrobe director.
We should. We are looking for wardrobe. What do they call hair and makeup? Is it part of the wardrobe and hair and makeup?
Quite separate departments.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
I should show you, actually. It's actually behind here, our wardrobe department.
Yes.
It's a rack with about 5 people's different clothes there. It's starting to get a bit busy, actually.
All right. Next one.
Oh, by the way, if anybody would like to sponsor us for wardrobe, then we'd be very happy to talk to you. As long as you're Zara or H&M or somebody, something we can actually wear.
Yeah. Do you think Zara would sponsor us?
I'm not sure if they've got a range of lumberjack shirts. That would be my
H&M
fear.
definitely. H&M definitely. They're hip.
Okay.
All right. Is it you or me?
I think it's me. Dale McKinney says, I don't trust the hospitals to give me an accurate PCR test. Also, I don't trust the insurance companies to cover me should I submit a claim. A lot of people are a bit worried about the partnerships between the hospitals and the hotels, who's doing the PCR test and the insurance companies. There have been a number of, actually, probably hundreds of YouTube clips made by disgruntled people who have had problems with being asymptomatic, being stuck in quarantine, not trusting their PCR test, making claims, the insurance company saying, not our problem, didn't you read the fine print? So there is a lot of problems really with this whole insurance business, and the Thai government are now trying to address it. Currently though, the test and go requires you to have $50,000 insurance valued at $50,000 US. Same with the if you do the quarantine, the alternate quarantine, or the sandbox. So yeah, insurance companies around the world, their remit, what they do, is to try and make sure they don't have to pay out. That's exactly how they make a profit. So read the fine print.
All right, my next comment is from Vicky Diana Coughlin, who is letting us know how she feels. She says, the BS fascist NWO is alive and well in Thailand. Freedom is dead. The days before the BS were better to visit Thailand. I now prefer going to Mexico, where freedom still exists.
Well, where do we start?
Freedom in Mexico?
If you want to look at the whole NWO, you know what the NWO is?
Yeah.
You don't.
The National Welfare Organization.
It's the New World Order, which
Oh,
is
the New World Order, okay.
one of these sort of conspiracy
Yeah, yeah,
theories that there is somewhere a group of men sitting around in a dark room plotting to change the world and everything we know and understand and love.
Is it like the Illuminati?
It's like the Illuminati, the Rockefellers. You can throw them all into the same sort of a grab bag of conspiracy theories. There's, X number of stories on the internet and YouTube videos, and they all watch the same videos, and they all sprout the same nonsense. There is no evidence of any New World Order. But, what's her name? Vicky?
Yeah.
It's important to her, and she says that somehow they've infected Thailand. All I can say is that if you come to Thailand now, you'll have a damn fine time. Probably at least as fine as if you go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Look, just travelling around just about anywhere in the world's a problem at the moment.
Yeah.
But if you're in America, or like Canada, or parts of South America, it would be much faster and easier to go to Mexico anyway.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, if you're, there are two different parts of the world. If you're going to go to Mexico, you're going to go to Mexico. If you're in Asia, why would you want to go to Mexico? You just travel to Thailand.
But if you do want to come to Thailand because it's Thailand, because it's got great Thai food and Thai people and temples and Chiang Mai and Koh Samui and all those things, then yeah, that's why you'd come to Thailand and take the trouble and the expense of the flights to get here. There's no use of trying to compare Mexico and Thailand, two different countries, and if you are in America, yeah, it's going to probably cost you a lot less and probably, at the moment, a bit less paperwork to go to Mexico. Good luck to you.
All right. Is it you?
Oh, this is new abnormal. Call me Abby or Norm or Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
What does all this mean, by the way?
Well, I don't know. He wants to be called Abby. I think his or her name is Abby.
Okay, so Abby. Somebody forgot to notice that the Farang Hospital price is 10 times their own. I wonder if they've got qualified actuaries in the land of smiles. Well, so just addressing the situation, the hospitals, if you go to a public hospital in Thailand and you're Thai, or if you've got a work permit, then you'll get treated for free.
Yes.
If you are a foreigner and you go to a public hospital, you'll pay a very low amount for your hospital care. However, if you choose to go to a private hospital, whether you're a Thai citizen or a foreigner, you will pay a lot more for similar services, perhaps in slightly more luxurious surroundings. I mean, like Bumrungrad last week was like going into a 5-star hotel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite fancy.
It's very swish. It's got chandeliers and the whole thing, and it obviously has got the best services and very good doctors. Although I have to say, generally the doctors that do all the procedures in places like Bumrungrad and Bangkok Hospital, they are the same doctors that go to the public hospital.
Yes.
and work as well. So the hospital care generally around Thailand is very good. What's been your experience?
Yeah, I've fortunately not fell sick too often, but I feel very safe knowing that I'm in Thailand because I do trust that we have very good healthcare system in Thailand.
But if you go to a private hospital, you're
Yes.
going to pay more.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's 10 times more as
Yeah,
claimed
but it also
by-
depends on what insurance you have, I mean, you have to be fortunate enough not to get sick in the first place, but if you have there's affordable insurance that you can still visit a private hospital and pay for.
What do you pay for your health insurance each year?
That's an excellent question. I forgot.
Oh, Daddy pays it for you.
No, I pay for my own health
Well,
insurance.
you should know then.
Yeah. Just don't want to disclose my insurance information on camera.
I pay 45,000 baht a year,
Okay.
and I'm an old man. I'm a bit worried about what's going to happen when I'm 75 because my insurance coverage runs out.
That's fair.
So
It's about 40,000, 50,000.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're obviously getting, for your age, better coverage than I am. Mm-hmm. But basically, I just want to make sure that if I'm on my motorbike and I fall
Yeah.
over and somebody will come and scrape me off the road and
Yeah.
take me to a hospital and fix me up.
I've had surgery on my back, so I think it also depends on what procedures you've had. Your insurance obviously increases, but yeah, I've struggled with surgery before. I've struggled with pain in my back. I had to get surgery, and therefore,
But it's okay now.
perhaps, yeah, it's all good now, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, it'll do. It'll do.
If you've got a range of procedures you think Jay should have, just send us a list and we'll see if we can do a contra deal with a local hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, you're next.
All right. I've got a comment here from A. Sams who says, "Does Jet actually rock his shoulders when he drives, saying, 'Man'?" Remember that whole situation we had?
Yeah.
I hope I am behind him in the road someday to that. If it is a medical issue, though, I apologize for pointing out your condition, Jet. Entertaining show, guys.
I don't know if Jet drives. I get the impression he
He
sort of
drives.
takes. Does
I
he?
think he drives. He's told me that he's been to Phuket and he was driving and that everyone was driving crazily and too fast.
Okay. I'd be worried that he'd be looking at the rear view mirror all the time, just checking his hair.
Do you think he, as a chauffeur, comes and picks him up in
That-
his black limousine?
That sounds a bit more like Jet.
Okay.
Yeah. I drive a car in Thailand. I drive my motorbike.
Yeah.
I think I'm very local in that regard. I love getting on my motorbike on the weekend. I've been told we've got 2 motorbikes down in Phuket, and one of them we don't really use. And I said, why don't I take that to Bangkok? Well, I got a very stern look. You're not taking that bike to Bangkok. Because they say it's more dangerous to drive in Bangkok. I'm
yes.
not sure if that's true.
Oh, yeah.
You think it is?
Yes.
Why?
You need to be a good motorbike driver to drive a motorbike in
I'm
Bangkok.
a good motorbike driver.
No. As in, really good. As in, you need to understand there's different types of pressure and traffic, and you need to be able to adapt to other people driving crazily. It's not necessarily you. You might be a good driver, but you can get into an accident because you're not aware of how stupid other people drive.
Well, how is the Bangkok traffic different from the Phuket traffic?
Because
there's plenty of it in both cases.
Yes, but people break the laws in Phuket in a linear fashion, as in, it's a red light, I'm not going to stop, I'm just going to go straight.
Yeah.
But over here, you see the motorbikes, it's a four-way, but the motorbikes, they don't really care. They just, if they don't see a car, they just continue anyways.
Well, I've been told I can't have one anyway, so I jump on the back of other people's motorbikes and pay them to drive me to various places.
Okay, so do I.
It looks really strange to see you on the back of a motorbike,
Why?
by the way.
Well, you always say that. Why?
The 57-kilogram motorbike rider at the front, and you're
Jay.
more than 57
kilograms. Let's just keep it at that, shall we?
Okay.
You're all into numbers today. You want to know how much this cost? You want to know how much Mr. Numbers guy, Tim Newton.
You're next.
That is a nice shirt, though.
Thank you.
Martin P. says, Tim, you are not wrong in stating that nightclubs were an initial and well-publicized source of infections for the first 2 COVID waves.
But
But
You did
Jet,
your part.
however, correctly points out that over time, most clusters came from workplaces, markets, immigrant living conditions, prisons, and generally where people live and work in close proximity.
yeah, well, both.
Yes. It really took off from the nightclubs. And then later on, yes, you see in more rural areas, markets,
the
and
workers' camps.
the workers' camps.
They're a
That's
problem.
where there were big clusters. And
Yes.
once it happens there, it's kind of very difficult to fix that situation there as well.
Yes. So clusters, lots of clusters. The whole thing now is a whole cluster,
Land of clusters.
big cluster. Jeddah says in Philippines, they also have certain restrictions, spelt restrictones, and conditions, spelt conditons. With all due respect to the Philippines, it isn't everyone's taste either. So a lot of people saying, oh, with all this hassle getting into Thailand at the moment, test and go, and the day 5, and the PCR tests, and the paperwork, and the Thailand pass, we're going to go to Cambodia or Philippines, which have both announced that they're going to be
Or Mexico.
opening. 14th of February, 3 more days, Philippines will be, was it today? I think Philippines might be reopening with only 1 PCR test required when you arrive. However, I would actually urge people to check the insurance conditions required to get into the Philippines because they're quite onerous as well. Insurance companies are going to be, they're run on a risk assessment. And if you're going to be insuring people against COVID, they're going to be looking at Omicron and saying, well, a lot of people are getting that. So we're not sure if we're going to either insure you if you get COVID, or if you do, if you're asymptomatic, we're not going to pay for your accommodation because you're not getting healthcare. So it's you better just check your insurance and the conditions for getting into these countries. I checked the conditions, for example, of getting into Vietnam at the moment, and they're very onerous.
Yes.
So, I mean, these countries are saying that they're opening, but they are imposing their own conditions. So just do your homework before you change your flight tickets. The other advantage, and I know I'm pushing Thailand's barrow here, but there are a lot more flights coming into Thailand than Cambodia or the Philippines at the moment.
Anyways, moving on with Lev Fedorov. Tim says you should auction off Jay's lumberjack shirts and Tim's shorts. There's a very high demand for your shorts. I mean, lumberjack shirts, I understand. It's a movement. We've moved forward. It's a thing now. But your shorts, what do you think?
There's not a chance in hell anybody would want to buy my shorts. So
It's more about the lifestyle. You have to embrace the Phuket island lifestyle. He's an island boy.
when getting around the office and just getting around Bangkok generally, I just find it much more comfortable in shorts. And, going to the airport and jumping on a plane and jumping off again. I mean, it's always hot, even in air-conditioned locations. You're warm, so I'm comfortable in shorts. And may I say,
Yeah.
if you've got the legs, show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ice cream.
Ice cream, nice name.
Said, sounds like the insurance companies want to take the money and pay nothing. Well, I think in one sentence, he's encapsulated the entire business model of all insurance companies. That's what they do. They take your money, they say they're going to pay out for certain things, then they do whatever they can to wriggle out of it, and sometimes they pay out, and sometimes they don't. Read the fine print.
Yeah.
Caveat emptor.
Yeah. I've got a comment from Juan Carlos who woke up in the morning and just saw blood, and he says, I'd like to see Jet smack Jay across the mouth.
What?
Well, Juan Carlos, I see you like to have other people fight your battles, but I tell you what, if you came up to me and smacked me yourself, I would walk up to you and promote you, our beautiful coffee culture mug. You can buy this at coffeeculture.asia, Juan Carlos. I know you want one. Thank you.
And it's Valentine's Day on Monday.
Yeah, Juan Carlos,
Juan
you need to find
Carlos.
some love. I think you're lonely.
You need some love.
You need some love.
So why was Jet going to smack you over the head? What did you do?
I
How
don't
did
know.
you offend him?
I don't know, Juan Carlos. I mean, I can't imagine.
Because your hair just isn't as good as Jet's.
Yeah. But if you drink coffee culture, it might grow. Who knows? I am not a
I
scientist.
don't think we can make that claim, just
Allegedly.
by the way.
If I just say allegedly at the end, can I say anything?
You do. The way I see it, there we go. The way I see it, there you go, you can read it there.
Okay.
Says Thailand has weathered the pandemic far better than most countries. 22,000 dead compared to 150,000 in the UK and a horrendous over 900,000 in the US. So while we can all question the wisdom of all the measures the Thai government put in, the bottom line is lives have been saved, the healthcare system is undamaged, and that number does speak volumes, although people complain and whinge about what's been happening in Thailand. You can hide perhaps cases from time to time, but you can't really cover deaths. So the numbers do speak volumes, and I think generally Thailand should be relatively proud compared to other countries, given that I think in the early days when COVID started, we all went, oh, here we go. But Thailand I think's done pretty well, and we'll get comments about that.
Yes, we will. All right, my last comment for today is from Metal Hamster, who says, I liked the brief language/grammar talk, specifically finding out that in Thai, the adjective comes before the noun. Did you know that?
I wasn't with this talk. This must have been on
Good Morning Thailand.
without me.
That's right. So, therefore, not important.
Yes.
Also, I would vote for Jay if he ever ran for office. Metal Hamster,
He's not running for office.
who knows?
Where would you run for office? I mean, you're not a Thai citizen. They're not going to let you run
You
for
just
Prime
gotta
Minister.
burst my bubble. Why can't you just let me have the little wins? So a man can dream.
Okay, Norm P
Okay.
says, great advertising for on-location hotel. I get to see the hotels I never would have heard of. I do check out their websites. We were at the Ad Lib Hotel in
That's
Bangkok.
right. Yes, we were. Beautiful little hotel.
And we've been at BYD Lofts, and we've been at the Intercontinental in
Kamala.
Phuket. And if you have a hotel or a super yacht or a shop that you would like to promote,
Or your house that you want to sell.
we'll do it from your house. but you'll have to give us coffee.
That's right.
And a bit of money. So we'll come and do Good Morning Thailand there for any morning.
Yeah, and Thaiger Bites.
We'd love, for example, to go down to Pattaya and do a week down there.
Yeah.
And we'd love to go up to Chiang Mai and do a week up there.
Or back to Phuket. It's always nice going back home.
Yeah. I'm sort of there all the time.
How dare you?
I don't feel like I'm sort of doing anything special.
Okay.
I've got a few more here. Dam1, I actually got 2 from him or her. If you don't want rejection in life, guys, head for Pattaya. A good promotion there for Pattaya. This is in relation to which story?
The Muay Thai girl, feminist, boxer, lady, chick.
We sort of labelled her the Muay Thai chick. She's the one that gave the hotel employee somewhat of a Muay Thai lesson for him pouring a beer, which appears to be water, over him during the week. So head for Pattaya, you won't get rejection. Well, yes, I mean, Pattaya is one of those places in Thailand where for a reasonable fee that you can transact and negotiate, you can enjoy the things that you'd enjoy on Valentine's Day any day.
How do you know it's reasonable?
I don't know. Ask Siri. Hey Siri. And one more, there's a simple solution to the devil cat issues.
I see, yes. Okay, yeah.
And jazzy vehicles invest in either a garage door or a cat trap. So, yeah, you could say that man didn't protect his sports cars. This was a cat.
Yes.
You tell the story?
Yes, so a cat went living in a house. A door was left open. It traveled to the neighbor's house, went on top of his sports car, and allegedly scratched it.
Yeah, I suggested that cat claws really couldn't do much damage to a Duco. We had people saying yes, and other people saying, oh, I've worked in a panel shop for years, and yes, cat scratches are very common, so I don't know.
But then again, I mean, if it did went to court because the neighbor wanted to go to court with it and tried to make a big fuss and wanted 100,000 baht, what was he going to say? Because his garage door was open. So anything could have come up to his car and scratched it.
You're lucky that an alligator or a crocodile didn't climb onto your car and that it was only the next door pussy.
Yeah. And we're going to end the show on a high.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And we hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Please click the like button. Please subscribe. 45% of you are still not subscribed to the video. So please do us a favor.
I'm shocked.
Do us a favor.
Yeah, and if you'd like to become a member, you get exclusive videos.
That's right.
I think 2 or 3 videos a week just for you.
That's right.
You also get access to Discord.
That's right.
You did a Discord today.
That's right. I did my first Discord today, and I spoke to Stefan H. West Texas Greg came online. These are our Tiger legends.
And yeah, you sort of get exclusive access to Joe. We might even get Natty or me on one of the Discords one day.
Absolutely. And this is where you actually get to talk to us.
And we're going to, keep on promising, but we are going to have a Bangkok event.
Yes.
Where there'll be me, Jay, Natty.
Hopefully Jet.
Oh, Jet. Yes, Jet. We nearly forgot Jet.
Yeah. We'll give you a month in advance notice so that people can keep that on their calendar.
And we'll have like free cakes and lemonade for everybody.
Yes, and lumberjack shirts for purchase.
We'll try and do it at a nice, like, what do you call it, a rooftop bar or something.
Ooh, fancy,
and enjoy a Bangkok sunset together.
That'd be nice.
Exclusively for members, so
exclusively for members, yeah.
So
anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the show and watching it this far. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Jay.
And thank you once again, viewers. We hope you have a good Saturday and a great weekend. See you all next week.